Under a gentle snowfall, Christmas lights twinkle warmly, pushing back the encroaching darkness in a quaint town.
Keith, a boy, brimming with youthful energy, practically bounces as he walks.
Beside him, Aunt Brenda walks with a serene smile, the crisp air and soft crunch of snow adding to the idyllic scene. The pair continues their stroll, each step a soft crunch in the pristine snow. The warm glow of the Christmas lights bathes Keith and Aunt Brenda, their figures silhouetted against the winter night. Keith halts, his face alight with sudden excitement. Gerard's video stands as a beacon of cinematic dreams, its windows plastered with movie posters. His voice bubbling with anticipation, Keith pleads, "Aunt Brenda, can we go in? Please." The vibrant posters promise worlds of adventure and thrills. Keith is hit by a wave of vintage movie magic as VHS tapes and posters engulf him. Brenda follows Keith into the store, stepping lively into the bustling crowd. The store is alive with film lovers, each exploring the vast collection of movies. Inside Gerard's video, a warm smile radiates from John as he stands ready to assist. John's voice fills the space with welcoming cheer. "Welcome to Gerard's video. Can I help you find anything?" Brenda's voice, clear and direct, marks the beginning of a new encounter. Brenda steps forward, introducing herself. Brenda gestures to Keith, his presence adding complexity to the unfolding scene. The air is charged with unspoken expectations as Brenda introduces Keith. Inside Gerard's video, Keith wanders deeper, lost in a world of cinematic dreams. Shelves overflow with horror, cartoons, comedies, and action flicks, a feast for the eyes. The vast selection beckons, each title a potential escape into another world. Keith continues through the aisles, each turn revealing new cinematic treasures. He pauses, taking in the sheer volume of stories waiting to be discovered. Tammy, a cheerful woman, stands surrounded by towering shelves of movies. Keith, a young boy, enters the video store, his eyes wide with awe. Tammy notices Keith and asks, "Lost, kiddo?" Keith shakes his head, captivated by the sight of so many movies. Keith confesses, "No, I love movies. I could spend all day in here." Tammy smiles warmly at Keith, understanding his love for movies. Brenda's eyes dart across the vibrant aisles of Gerard's video, catching sight of Keith and Tammy. Tammy's voice carries with a hint of curiosity. "Do you live nearby, Keith?" Keith responds, his tone casual. "I live in an apartment down the street." Brenda watches from afar, her expression unreadable as the conversation unfolds. Inside Gerard's video, Tammy's warm smile fills the space, her eyes reflecting the soft glow of the fluorescent lights. She gestures slightly, extending an invitation. "Come back tomorrow morning, and I'll give you a proper tour." A hopeful gleam sparks in Keith's eyes as he responds with eager anticipation. Keith exclaims with genuine excitement, "Really? I'll be here."
The rows of VHS tapes behind Tammy serve as a nostalgic backdrop to their budding connection.
Under the winter sky, Keith and Brenda trek homeward, their footsteps marking the fresh snow. And then, get this, they have the special edition of Space Ninjas from Mars. "I've been looking everywhere for it." Brenda responds to Keith's enthusiasm with a warm smile. "You and your movie? Looks like you found a hangout." As the last light fades, their figures press on, the promise of home a beacon in the snowy expanse. In the dim light of his bedroom, Keith lies awake, his eyes fixed on the ceiling as sleep evades him. His mind races with images of movie posters and VHS tapes, a whirlwind of cinematic dreams. Anticipation for the morning buzzes around him, an invisible energy that keeps him wired and restless. He tosses restlessly, the weight of his excitement palpable in the quiet room. The posters on his walls seem to mock him, their vibrant colors a stark contrast to his sleepless state. He closes his eyes, willing sleep to come, but the energy inside him refuses to subside. The small town awakens under a blanket of snow, the morning air crisp and still. The rhythmic crunch of tires on snow echoes through the silent streets, a testament to Keith's determined journey. He presses on, undeterred by the biting wind, his path marked by a trail of tire tracks in the fresh snow. The small town street, once still, now bears witness to the quiet resolve of a young cyclist braving the winter morning. Gerard's video looms silent, metal grate a cold barrier under the morning sky. Keith arrives, the video store a dark promise behind the unyielding metal. He pauses, a lone figure in the cold, his breath a visible testament to the biting air. Keith waits, the metal grate reflecting the stark anticipation of the morning. Each breath a cloud, each moment a deepening of the silent vigil. The cold morning holds him in its grip as he anticipates the store's opening. Steve arrives at Gerard's video, keys in hand, ready to unlock the day. Keith waits, a figure of anticipation, as Steve prepares to open up. Steve greets Keith with a familiar jest. "Morning, kid. You're eager, aren't you?" The door swings open, revealing the promise of a new day at Gerard's video. Keith follows Steve into Gerard's video, a place where time seems to have stood still. Dust motes dance in the air, illuminated by the morning light filtering through the windows. Rows of VHS tapes and DVDs line the walls, relics of a bygone era. Steve pauses. A familiar scent of old plastic and forgotten dreams fills the air. Steve shares a revelation. "John is my father. He usually comes in the afternoon." Tammy bursts into Gerard's video, movie posters stacked high in her arms. She spots Keith. "Keith, you're here!" Perfect timing. Tammy approaches Keith with a hopeful request. "Why don't you help me hang these posters?" Tammy, armed with a roll of tape, pauses her work. Keith asks a hopeful question hanging in the air. "Can I work here at the video store?" Tammy hesitates, her response a delicate balance of consideration and loyalty. "I'll have to ask my father." Keith watches, his expression a mixture of anticipation and uncertainty. The vibrant posters add splashes of color, framing the tense exchange between Keith and Tammy. Tammy's gaze drifts, contemplating the weight of her decision and its impact on Keith's eagerness. Amidst towering stacks of VHS tapes, Tammy leans casually against the counter, her gaze sweeping over the cluttered video store. Keith shuffles nervously, his eyes darting around the cluttered store. Tammy proposes, "Help me out around here, and I'll let you rent 3 movies for free." With a newfound grin, Keith eagerly accepts. "Deal!" Keith, now a constant presence, moves through the video store, his dedication shining brighter each day. His smile never falters as he meticulously polishes the shelves, each movement precise and filled with purpose. The floors gleam under his care, reflecting the dedication in his eyes. Errands become opportunities, each task completed with a cheerful heart. A smile dances on his lips, transforming mundane chores into acts of joy. The video store thrives under his constant care, a testament to his unwavering commitment. At Gerard's video, Tammy beams, offering Keith a treasure of rolled-up movie posters and a coveted voucher for free rentals. Keith's eyes widen with exhilaration as his fingers dance across the glossy images, igniting a spark of cinematic passion. He immerses himself in film after film, the VCRs whirring a constant soundtrack to his burgeoning obsession. Each movie is a fuel, stoking the growing fire within him. The flickering images on the screen ignite a growing fire within him. In the nostalgic aisles of Gerard's video, John approaches Keith, a thoughtful expression clouding his features. John stops, his gaze fixed on Keith, a silent question hanging in the air. He pauses, gathering his thoughts before speaking, the weight of his words palpable. With deliberate intent, John begins, "Tammy tells me you're a hard worker, Keith." John's words echo in the narrow aisles, carrying both inquiry and expectation. Keith listens intently, his expression unreadable as he absorbs John's statement. Inside Gerard's video, John leans forward, his face filled with earnest hope. His voice resonates with anticipation as he proposes, "How would you like to work here officially?" He continues, a promise in his tone. "I can train you on everything about the video store business." The video store stands still. Silent anticipation hangs in the air. Inside Gerard's video, Keith receives joyful news. His face radiates pure elation. "Really? I would love that," Keith exclaims, his voice filled with excitement. Gratitude shines in his eyes as he says, "Thank you, John." His happiness fills the small video store. The moment is a burst of pure, unadulterated joy. Inside Gerard's video, a smile lights John's face as he reaches out to Keith. His eyes sparkle with genuine welcome, offering a gesture of camaraderie. "Welcome to the team, Keith. Let's get started," John says. The air crackles with anticipation as 2 paths converge. Keith steps forward, his expression reflecting a mix of eagerness and determination. The doorway to new beginnings opens in the heart of Gerard's video. As closing time descends upon Gerard's video, Keith joins John to secure the store for the night. The towering rows of VHS tapes stand as silent witnesses to the night, a wave of pride washing over Keith. Lost in the memories of countless movie nights, Keith's gaze lingers on the shelves. The quiet store holds the promise of stories waiting to be discovered. Under the soft glow of streetlights, Keith walks through the snowy streets, his heart filled with anticipation for the adventures that await. Each step brings him closer to the dream job he has long yearned for, his path illuminated by the promise of a bright future. The snow crunches beneath his boots, a rhythmic soundtrack to his hopeful thoughts and vivid dreams. The warm light from the street lamps casts long shadows that dance around him, turning the quiet street into a stage for his aspirations. He quickens his pace, eager to embrace the new chapter unfolding before him, each step resonating with the thrill of finally achieving his dream. The crisp night air fills his lungs, invigorating him as he strides towards a future filled with promise and possibility.